In a small, quiet village nestled between mountains, there lived a young boy named Amen. He was the son of a woodcutter and had grown up watching his father work tirelessly to provide for their family. Life was modest, but they were content, deeply rooted in their faith. One evening, a sudden storm destroyed the family's small home. With nothing but the clothes on their backs, Amen, his parents, and his little sister sought shelter in the village mosque. Amen felt a pang of hopelessness as he watched his father bow in prayer, tears streaming down his face. "Why do we still pray, Baba, when our prayers seem unanswered?" Amen whispered that night. His father smiled gently and placed a hand on Amen's shoulder. "Allah tests those he loves most, my son. Our prayers are never ignored. Sometimes, the answer is delayed for a reason we cannot yet see." Despite his father's words, Amen struggled to find solace. That night, as he lay awake, he noticed an old man in the corner of the mosque. The man was hunched over a lantern, repairing its broken glass with steady hands. Curious, Amen approached him. "Why do you bother fixing it? You could just buy a new one." The man chuckled. "This lantern has been with me for years. It guided me through the darkest times. Just because it's broken doesn't mean it has lost its worth. It reminds me of how Allah mends our broken hearts when we have patience and trust in Him." Amen was silent, pondering the man's words. The next morning, the storm had cleared, but their situation remained dire. Amen decided to walk to the next town to seek help. On his way, he found a small pouch on the ground. Opening it, he discovered a handful of gold coins. His heart raced, knowing these coins could rebuild their home. But then, he saw a group of travelers nearby, frantically searching the ground. One of them, a merchant, looked distraught. "My pouch of coins is gone. It was for my family," the merchant cried. Amen's heart sank. He remembered his father's teachings about honesty and trust in Allah. Despite his family's need, he approached the merchant and returned the pouch. The merchant was overwhelmed with gratitude. "You have saved my family. Tell me, how can I repay you?" Amen hesitated, then explained their situation. The merchant, moved by the boy's honesty, insisted on helping. He not only provided them with enough money to rebuild their home but also gave Amen's father a steady job in his business. Years later, as Amen stood outside their new home, he remembered the old man's words about the lantern. Just as Allah had mended the lantern, He had mended their broken lives. That night, Amen prayed with tears of gratitude, realizing that Allah's answers come in ways more beautiful than we can imagine. Moral of the story: trust in Allah's plan. Allah's wisdom is greater than ours, and His timing is perfect. Honesty brings blessings. Upholding Islamic values, even in hardship, leads to unexpected rewards. Patience in trials. Difficulties are tests of faith, and with patience, Allah brings ease.